Hi everyone, I'm back. This is the second video for Wednesday, May 27th, 2020. Okay, before we get to today's lesson, I want to talk about one thing that I forgot to mention because I ran out of time in the last video. The word, the prefixes semi and bi, okay? So if I say semi weekly or bi-weekly, okay, what do they mean? Do they mean the same thing or are they different? Okay, they're different, right? Semi means really, it means half, right? Means, half, okay? So semi-weekly means what? Two times, okay? Two times a week, okay? So let's say we have a semi-weekly meetings. That means we have meetings twice, two times a week, okay? And bi-weekly, what does that mean? Bi means two, right? So bi-weekly means what? Bi-weekly means what? Means every 2 weeks, okay? So it can be a little bit confusing, okay? So semi, you would have meeting two times in 1 week. Bi-weekly, you would have one meeting every 2 weeks. Does that make sense? So if it's semi-monthly, you would have how many meetings in 1 month? 2. If we have bi-monthly meetings, exactly, we have we have 1 meeting every 2 months, okay? So just remember, semi and bi, okay? Semi means half, bi means 2, okay? All right. So again, if you ever have any questions or comments, if you see me make mistakes and want to correct me, okay, you can write it down on the comment section right below the video that you're watching right now, or you can always email me, okay? schoi413@gmail.com. All right? All right, let's go to today's lesson. We're in Unit 6 on page 72, okay? We're going to do adverb clauses, okay? We're going to talk about adverb clauses using the word when, okay? Using the word when, okay? All right, so, we say adverb clause because it tells you when, okay? And that's the word we're using. Yeah, in the book, the example is, one of the examples that it has is, she takes a break, she takes a break, okay, when she is tired, right? When she feels tired, when she feels tired, okay? Okay, so she takes a break when she feels tired. Okay, this is a complex sentence, right? So it has how many clauses? It has 2 clauses, right? We have 2 clauses. Okay, she takes a break when she feels tired. Okay, which one's the main? Okay, which one's the main clause? Okay, this is the main clause, right? Main clause, and this is the dependent clause. Okay, or in this case, it's more specifically an adverb clause because it describes she takes when. She takes when. It describes the verb, right? Subject verb. She takes when she feels tired, okay? So that's an adverb clause, okay? Or independent clause, which is an adverb clause. And even more specifically, this is a time clause, right? Time clause, okay? Because he's using the word when, okay? So it's a time clause, which is an adverb clause in this sentence, okay? She takes a break when she feels tired, okay? So when you use the word when, it means like same time, right? Okay, she takes a break because she's tired. Same thing. Okay, I mean it's happening at the same time. Okay, so taking the break, she's tired, same time. So when you use when, it means same time. Okay, same time. Now notice that we don't put a comma there, right? I know some people want to put a comma there, but don't put a comma there. No comma. Okay, no comma. No comma. Okay, very good. Okay, no comma. Now. But when you begin this complex sentence, when you do this with a dependent clause first, if you say, when she feels tired, Okay, she takes a break, right? All right. Okay. When you begin with the dependent clause or the adverb clause or the time clause in this case, when she feels tired, when you start with the dependent clause, you want to put a comma. Okay. When she feels tired, comma, she takes a break. Okay. But when you begin with the independent clause or the main clause, she takes a break when she feels tired. You don't put a comma. Okay. That's the difference. Okay. That's the difference. That's the difference. Okay. All right. We did this many times in the previous videos. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Well, let me make a short sentence. Okay, and do the same thing. A short sentence. Okay. Because I know that books like to have longer sentences, but I like to do short sentences. Okay, something like I eat. Okay, I like eating when I feel hungry. Okay, I eat when I feel hungry. Okay, subject verb, subject verb. Okay, you got two clauses, right? This is the I eat is the main subject verb complete thought. When I feel hungry, subject verb but no complete thought. It's a clause, right? So this is the dependent clause and this is the time clause, right? So I eat when I feel hungry. Describes the verb. So this is a adverb clause, right? Adverb clause. Okay. So no comma there, right? Because it begins with the independent clause, right? But when you rewrite it and say when I feel hungry, okay, I eat. Okay, so when you begin with the time clause or the dependent clause, you need to put a comma there. Okay, when I feel hungry, I eat. Okay, very easy, right? And because of when, same time. Okay, I mean I'm eating and I'm hungry, same time. Okay, when you use the word when, this means same time. Okay, at the same time. Okay, two things are happening at the same time. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So let's go to the book. Let's look at page 72 and look at that exercise. Okay. Practice. Okay. Let's look at that. Okay. All right. The first one, as you already done, it says you have many things to do. Make a to-do list. Okay. So first one is what? First one is when you have many things to do, comma, right? Because that's a dependent clause beginning that sentence. When you have many things to do, comma, make a to-do list, okay? So you need a comma there, okay? Okay, because you're beginning with dependent clause when, okay? Okay, when you have many things to do, make a to-do list, okay? Very good. All right, number 2. You have a deadline. Write it on your calendar. You have a deadline. Write it on your calendar. Okay? And it says what? It says when, right? So you got to begin with what? With the dependent clause again, right? When you, okay? Okay? When you have what? A deadline. Okay? When you have a deadline. You know what a deadline is, right? Deadline is like a due date. Okay? Deadline is a date that you have to finish by. Okay? You cannot go past that date. That is required. Okay? Mandatory. Okay? No options. Okay? You have to finish by that deadline, or else you don't get paid, you lose your job, you get a 0 on your work, whatever it might be, the situation. Okay? When you have a deadline, okay? When you have a deadline, right? Write it, okay? You want to write it on your calendar to remind you, okay? So, okay, so you need a comma because you begin with the dependent clause. Okay, number 3, don't let people interrupt you. You need to concentrate, okay? Okay, so again, this one, no, not again. This one, you see the when in the middle of the sentence, right? So that tells you the dependent clause is over here, and the independent clause will begin here, right? So the answer is what? Don't don't let don't let people interrupt you, okay? Don't let people interrupt you when what? When you want to focus on a task, okay? When you want to focus on a task, okay? On a task, okay? And task, what's a task? Task is a duty, right? Something that you have to do, okay? Task is something you have to do, okay? Or tasks are things that you have to do, okay? Like, going to the cleaners to pick up your clothes, or cutting the yard, okay? Or picking up your children. Those are all tasks, okay? All right. So don't let what? Don't let people interrupt you when you want to focus, okay? So this is the time clause, right? Adverb clause, okay? So what? So what? So no comma or comma? No comma, right? No comma, because this is beginning with the independent clause, okay? By the way, this is the subject and verb in the dependent clause. What's the subject and verb in the independent clause here? Don't let people interrupt you, okay? What's the subject? Don't let people interrupt you. Who knows? Who knows the subject in that sentence? It says, don't let people interrupt you, okay? Don't let, okay? Don't let, okay? All right. Okay, people interrupt you. That's another clause, okay? This is a very complex sentence. The actual subject is you, okay? You do not, okay? You do not. Not is an adverb, but you do let, okay? Do let, okay? That's the verb. You is the subject here, okay? Remember I talked about the imperative form, the commands, okay? And then you could have one word complete sentence, okay? This is an imperative form. Don't let. You don't let, okay? So it's understood you, remember? Okay, that's the subject here, okay? You is the subject. All right, very good. Okay, don't let people interrupt you when you want to focus. No comma, okay? Number four. Okay, I'm sorry. You want to focus on a task, okay? That's right. You want to focus on a task, turn off the television, okay? So this one begins with when, right? When you want to focus on a task, comma, right? Comma, take a break. I'm sorry, not take a break, okay? Not take a break, okay? Turn off. Turn off the television, okay? Turn off the television, okay? Again, you want to put a comma there because you're beginning with the dependent clause, right? All right. Okay, number five. What's number five? You feel tired, take a break. You feel tired, take a break. Okay, so you begin with when, right? When you feel tired, again, comma, take a break. Okay, same thing. Independent clause, comma. Dependent clause, comma, independent clause, right? Okay, take a break. That's a good, subject and verb, complete thought, main clause, right? Okay. So when you want to take a break, number five is when you feel tired, take a break. Okay? All right, that one's easy. Number six, give yourself a reward. You finish something difficult. Okay? So again, the when is in the middle of the sentence. So you know that it's independent clause coming first. Okay? So you say what? You say give yourself. Okay? Give yourself a reward. Okay? And no comma because it's independent first. When you finish something difficult. Okay? When you do something difficult, you want to reward yourself. Okay? So again, what's the subject of the independent clause here? Okay, you, right? You. It's the understood you, okay? understood you. Okay, is you give yourself. Okay, we don't say it, we don't write it, but in the imperative mood, it's in there. Okay, it's like saying come, go, stop, eat, study. Okay, so that's the subject. You give yourself a reward. Okay, that's the subject verb. Okay, all right. Number seven. Number seven. What's number seven? Don't procrastinate. Okay, don't procrastinate. You have a deadline. Okay, got two big words there. Okay, procrastinate means what? It means putting things off. Like you're being lazy. Okay, so do it now. Okay, don't procrastinate. Okay, do it now. Okay, and you have a deadline. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, so again, you don't procrastinate. Okay, when you have a deadline. Okay, so don't don't procrastinate when you have a deadline. Okay, all right, no comma. Number eight. Number eight. Number eight is you are tired. Don't do difficult tasks. Okay, starts with the dependent clause. When you are tired, comma. Okay, don't do difficult tasks. Okay, don't do difficult tasks. Okay, okay. So this one is when you are tired, don't do difficult tasks. So this one, the dependent clause has the understood you as the. I'm sorry. This begins with the dependent clause, and then independent clause is the second clause, and again, understood you is the subject. Okay, when you are tired, you don't do difficult tasks. That's the independent clause. Okay, with the understood you. Okay, and the last one, last one is prioritize tasks. You have many things to do. Okay, so when is in the middle of the sentence there, so that has to be the dependent clause. Okay, and then so it's going to begin with the independent clause, right? So prioritize. What's prioritize? Prioritize. Okay, prioritize tasks. Okay, no comma, no comma. Okay, prioritize tasks when you have many things to do. When you have many things to do. Okay, so no comma there because it's a independent clause first, and prioritize is the verb, and the subject is understood you. Okay, understood you. Okay, you prioritize tasks when you have many things to do. Okay, prioritize means what? Ranking the most important to the least important. Okay, so you got to do this one first, do this second, third, fourth. Okay, order of importance. That's what priority means, right? Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this exercise and see if we got it right.
Page 72. Exercise 2A. 1.
When you have many things to do, make a to-do list.
2.
When you have a deadline, write it on your calendar.
3.
Don't let people interrupt you when you need to concentrate.
4.
When you want to focus on a task, turn off the television.
5.
When you feel tired, take a break.
6.
Give yourself a reward when you finish something difficult.
7.
Don't procrastinate when you have a deadline.
8.
When you are tired, don't do difficult tasks.
9.
Prioritize tasks when you have many things to do.
Okay, so that was the recording. I think we did a pretty good job, okay? All right, so that was adverb time clause using when, okay? And I'll be back to talk about some more time clauses, okay? See you soon.